Welcome back to the Scholtes Strong channel. We have another discussion today about what is the most effective training or exercises you can do. And of course, leave comments and questions below about the ones you think or any questions you have for us on the subject. So, my first question, Sam. What is the question that people ask you about effective training or the most, the best exercise or form of exercise you can do?
So when I get the question, what is the best form of exercise or what is the most effective form of exercise, I have the same answer to every person every time. Can you guess what that is?
The one you will do.
The one you're going to do. The most effective form of exercise for you is the one that you're going to do. What does that mean?
The one you're going to do consistently, the one you can do at any time, and the one, well, you're just going to do.
The one that makes you the happiest, the one that gives you the highest sense of joy, the highest sense of accomplishment, maybe the highest sense of challenge, depending on how you're wired. And for me, for example, I like a lot of variety, and I like some things the same. So I have my few basic things that I do a lot. Mm-hmm. I have my sports. I have my sports in development. And I know I'm going to exercise every single day, right? Yeah. You know you're going to exercise every single day.
Absolutely. All day, every day.
So having exercises out there that you know you're going to do because they're going to make you happy.
This is true.
Is important.
What's an example of something that you like to do every day? Or I should say something that you like to do.
I love yoga. I love yoga.
Why?
And I love it because it's easy, it's accessible. I don't need to be any special place to do it. I don't need any form of equipment. It's about me checking in with myself. It's about me tuning my body. And it can be super simple. For example, I probably have a cumulative 2-hour practice, but I don't often practice 2 hours all at once. Why? Because I usually don't have that time blocked out all at once. Mm. And the other is that I like to intersperse my practice throughout my day, kind of randomly and when I have breaks. And I'm to a point now with my body, with my development, that if something is out of whack, I tune it right away. So like I'll do 100 forward folds a day, 100 back bends a day, 1,000 twists a day, and it's something like that. And I get a intrinsic or distinct sense of joy from it. What are examples of exercises that you will do?
Me. See, I love to play. So I love to throw a frisbee around with my brother. Exactly. I like to throw the ball around without a mitt and make it as challenging as possible. Throw as far, as wide, and as far as you can run. I love doing that kind of stuff. Ping pong. Sometimes you play weighted ping pong. That's one of my favorite pastimes. That my brother kicks my ass most of the time. My mom still can kick my ass sometimes.
Do you want to tell them what weighted ping pong is?
Weighted ping pong is when you wear a weighted vest. So me and my brother have two different weights. We have a 20 to 30 pound one, and we have a 6 to 12 pound one. Loser wears the heavier one, of course.
Oh, yeah. So, and for our viewers out there, if you haven't done weighted ping pong,
it's awesome.
It's awesome. It's a great workout. It makes you feel good. Mm-hmm. You don't think about the fact that you're wearing a weighted vest. You just play ping pong, and you try to move to the best of your ability, and you do get a great cardio workout.
Yeah. Hand-eye coordination as well.
Exactly. And you don't even notice it. You don't even notice you're working out. And for some people too, that's like the best thing.
So fun.
So ask yourself, like, what brings me joy? Mm-hmm. And then, if it's one of those things too, where you're new to getting in tune or getting in touch with your body, do it as lighthearted and as playfully as possible. Forrest brought up a really good point, like what music makes you happy? Mm. Like some people like to lift weights and be angry to death metal. And maybe that's a release, but are you developing the right psyche, over time? And we can go into that in later videos. But if you think about your training and how you connect with it on an intrinsic level with your body, it should be joyful. And it should be light and enlightening and lighthearted in the sense that you want ultimately this positive endorphin release.
Absolutely.
So the other question that people ask me a lot, not only is what's the best, most effective form of exercise, and then I say the one that you're going to do. And they're like, well, what do you mean by that? I'm like, the one you're going to do.
Yeah. Do you like walking your dog? Like, do you love playing your kids in the playground? Like something that you find joyful.
That you can do frequently. And then the next question I usually get is, well, how often should I do it? Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Any chance you get.
And if you're doing it every day, it kind of...
accumulates one.
Yeah, and it means these other things, that you're not probably going too intensely, or if you are going intensely, you're going for a short period of time, 10, 20 minutes, but you're not going to do these crusher workout sessions and then have this sense of joy and go back and do them the next day. It's just not going to happen. So exercises that bring you joy are usually going to be moderate intensity, low intensity. If they are in high intensity things that you enjoy, you're just not going to be able to do them as often. So you should round out your palette.
Yeah. I mean, there sometimes is those crazies out there, though, who just want to kill themselves every workout or just want to just throw themselves through the ringer of pain, like hell's loop. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, occasionally I do too, to be honest.
Oh, I do too.
Sometimes.
I like to get after it. I like it to a point. So I'll tell you a personal experience. Yesterday I went mountain biking. Probably not the wisest thing recovering from shoulder surgery.
He fell a lot.
I did fall a lot. I did fall a lot because it was muddy. But luckily I ate it into muddy earth, so it wasn't that bad.
Softish.
And my good friend that I was riding with, he'd be like, "Are you okay? Do you need to rest?" I'm like, "Hell no, man. Let's get on and keep going." And he'd be like, "Oh, you're so hardcore." And I wasn't trying to be hardcore. It was just, I know my body. And if I sit there and I'm like, "Oh, that hurt," then it's going to be harder for me to get up and get on the bike and get going. So I just I get right back on that bike and I keep going.
Yeah.
And that for me is fun, you know? Some other people, like he was telling another friend about it afterwards and he was like, "Oh yeah, I just saw that and I thought Sam was so crazy." Well, it's all relative, right? So for me, that's joy. For him, that's lunacy. That's crazy. So you got to find your relative spot in this world, in this fitness world. But it's something you have to do, right? So people think about exercise, think about fitness as, oh, it's optional. Well, like, is it optional to eat? Is it optional to brush your teeth? You know, is shelter optional? And in modern society, when everything is so convenient, and we'll talk about this more in later videos, this idea of fitness is new.
Yeah.
It is. And I mean, think about it. Fitness is new because life is convenient. 100 years ago, you would have to work much harder just to, say, get food or get shelter or move from place to place. Like transport was your legs or, you know, whatever. Yeah. So life was more physically demanding, therefore exercise was optional.
This is in more demand than this is now.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we have to keep this strong anyways.
Exactly.
There is still points in time where you will have to be, I don't know, starting a farm or chasing down a bear on that farm. Something that you might actually need it.
Or running down a buffalo.
That still sounds fun to me.
Do we ever really run down buffaloes anymore?
I do have a boar spear, by the way.
Yeah. So you get the idea. The most important form of exercise is, of course, the one that you're going to do and the one that brings you joy and brings you joy each and every time. And it's something that you go towards to connect with yourself and feel good with yourself in a clean, healthy, reproducible way, right? And then that becomes your thing. And it could just be dumbbell dancing.
Absolutely.
Put on your favorite song, grab a pair of dumbbells. Could be weighted ping pong.
Oh, so fun.
Could be something silly. And then sometimes the sillier the better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when you're getting into exercise and you see some of these people doing backflips and, you know, whatever on Instagram, you're like, oh, I want to do that. But that'll never be me. I'll never do that. Do you really have to do that? No. Can you aspire to do that and work up to it? Yes. But in order to get moving, you just have to find something that really is like, yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm going to get moving. I'm going to get on it. And then once you're there, you should have as few barriers to doing whatever you love as possible, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that we'll talk about a lot in this channel is like, do you really need a gym to be fit? No.
Nope. People were fit long before we were, and they did not have gyms.
Exactly.
We were meant to run. We were meant to jump. We were meant to lift. We were meant to pick people up and throw them, maybe ring them around their neck.
Exactly. So the next time that you are making excuses for yourself, like, oh, I can't get to the gym today because of X, Y, and Z, excuse. Just pick up some dumbbells, throw on your favorite song, dance for a couple minutes, break a sweat, smile, look at yourself lovingly in the mirror when you're doing it, and feel good.
Yeah. Your neighbors are probably going to think you're crazy. Maybe close your blinds.
But that's okay.
Let
anyone think whatever the hell they want, because it's all about you.
Yes.
And one of the better fitness businesses names that one of my clients came with was All About You Personal Training. Simply because it's an idea, but also like when you Google it, it would come up on top. So I kind of like it,
It's a more easy search organization, or what's it called? SEO? Yeah.
Yeah. Search engine optimization.
You nailed it there.
Exactly. So I want to just post this question for you guys, and leave them in the comments below. What forms of exercise do you do that make you really happy? Like really happy. Like I do this form of exercise and it makes me really happy. And the sillier the better, because there's a quadrillion forms of exercise. And I'm always learning new things every day. I want to continue to learn new things every day. So tell me what makes you happy. Tell me the form of exercise that makes you joyful. Tell me the form of exercise that, maybe develops you in a certain way that you see that long-term development as being, something that you're working towards over time.
Mm-hmm. And if you have any challenges for us or funky exercises that maybe we haven't done yet, because I have danced with dumbbells before. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, dumbbell
So if you have
dancing is
anything
great.
interesting, that we could try and show you on this channel, we're willing to do so because it's fun. I mean, like we said, we like learning.
Blindfold Kung Fu. Done it.
Naps. Weighted swimming. I've done that before. Picked up rocks and swam distances, or just tried to see how far I could go underwater. Not a great idea, but
or just rock chucking in general. Tree climbing is one of my personal favorite.
Absolutely.
Rock climbing, of course. I don't know if I've said that before on this channel, but yeah. Riding weird contraptions.
Oh yeah.
Always fun. Building and riding weird contraptions. That's for other videos.
Yeah.
Once again, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Leave your questions, comments down below. Be sure to press that button. Press it. We are Scholtes Strong. We love you long time.
All long time.
Signing off. Until next time, stay beautiful.